They're probably on the other side, to be 100% honest.
I think it's a 1 and a 4.
That would make sense. Hurry, 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 because I want to grab this supply drop.
Yep.
Watch for them rushing.
Oh,
Sniper somewhere, not sure.
oh, it's directly south. 2 people.
No, I had to go and die with our sniper rifle. By the
I had
tree.
no more ammo.
Hill 210 tree. Small green one.
I see him. I took down one piece of the cover.
I'm heading up the hill here, trying to get vantage point.
That's not going to work.
There's 3 up there building the middle wall.
Yep. That was a quick kill on my end.
Just you, Doug.
So,
Okay.
player, so this is where, how did we describe it, Matt, when we were talking about, we were talking about player density, and it was kind of like,
And that's it from you guys.
right, thanks for joining, Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one more on me.
Okay, so player density would be like the number of players within an area, and within, so like on the whole map, so like on the macroscopic level, it's going to be whatever 4 kilometer by 4 kilometers, so that's what, 16, excuse the sound in the background, it's like what, 16 square kilometers or something like that. Matt, I'm waiting for you to ready up.
Sorry.
16 square kilometers for 100 people, so that's like what is that, 1.6 players per square kilometer or something like that, 0.16. I can't do math right now. Let's find out here. Oh, whoops.
Sorry, what math are we
Sorry.
trying to do?
6.25 people per square kilometer. And that, so if we're assuming that's the player density, you want to be able to kind of maintain a similar level, and that's where, or a similar number, and that's where the circle comes in, and it shrinks everything, because the smaller the area with the less people, you can still maintain that 6 players per square kilometer. So
Repeating, of course.
yes, 6.33 repeating, of course. So you want to be able to maintain, you want to be able to maintain that in your design. Obviously, your level design needs to be able to encourage that level of density. And this is where we then come into, we have this 6. So if there's, for each, we'll say each square, there's 6 people per square. In solos, you can say, yeah, there's definitely going to be 6 people per square. But if you're doing squads, that's going to be 4 people together at once. So it might not still be 6, but even overall, it'll still be 6. When you move down to the meso level, so down into each of the regions, that's where player density starts getting a little bit different. So now it's like, right here, there's probably going to be more people in these 4 in this area right here. Oh, we're totally doing Loot Lake. Then there's going to be up in the same area up here, because there's only one hotspot. So you want to watch out for the balance of that. Are we doing, can we actually do Loot Lake? Because I enjoy Loot Lake.
Matt and I have actually been landing at Loot Lake a lot.
It works out.
So Loot Lake, I think, design-wise, is something that I don't see other Battle Royale games do that I actually think is very interesting. You get a very highly defendable area. But so microscopically, it's just a house. And this guy beat us down here.
Stuff on this island.
Oh, he missed, though. He's on the ground. I'm going to see if I can get the roof. So yeah, what was it? I completely lost what I was saying there. So, oh yeah, right. So you're given a house. Relatively pretty. Oh, hello.
Be shooting.
No, I'm just pickaxing him to death, and I'll probably get him. Oh, now he has a gun. He decides to pull it out. Cheater. So you're dropped into the middle of a lake, basically, with a bunch of surrounded by water, and this water is shallow. Like you can't swim in it. So it's more like a giant puddle. Loot puddle doesn't sound very good.
No, I have a gun for you.
I have a gun.
So
Assault rifle.
Not that good.
So you're gonna be fighting off this area in the middle, and if you're in that area and you don't have to move, it's very defendable because you can see so far around you. So you might, even though you might not be able to interact and you might not be able to shoot because maybe you just got a pistol or a shotgun or something like that, you can still respond. And there's plenty of materials there for you to be able to build and move.
I have bandages for you, Matt.
So, Loot Lake, I just think it's really interesting, and I'd love to see more levels, see more Battle Royale games do more stuff with Loot Lake. Moisty Mire would be the other one too. We mentioned that before. There's a treehouse in the middle that's surrounded by sticky swamp that you have to move through. The prison is interesting because it's basically a prison, so there's a lot of cubbies to hide in, but you there's a lot of cubbies just that you can hide in, but there's not really not much visibility that you can get. So there's like these trade-offs where you get the cover but you don't get the info, and that's what I really like about a lot of these areas is that
Campground, Noah?
there's no balance. There's a few balance zones.
Okay, I'm low on ammo.
There's a few balance zones, but generally you're just moving between areas that have pros and cons, and that's lends again to the decision making of these types of games. Is that the level design the level design of Battle Royale games, like Fortnite, like PUBG, like H1Z1 King of the Kill, they need to encourage player
there's a lot
decision.
of them, and I'm pretty sure they see us.
They need to be able to encourage player decision, and they need to allow the player to make those decisions
Well, then, do you want to abandon?
Yeah, let's abandon.
Do you want the shield potion?
It doesn't matter.
So like if we're at the farm now, big flat area, but there's a lot of cover. So it's like Matt was talking about trade-offs before with the mountains.
I have 4 assault
You get the height advantage, but you have the trade-off. So you have the height advantage, the visibility, and the knowledge.
Not really.
Because players are very visible in this game.
Do we want to stop by these
without
two
scopes
little buildings?
Sure.
Let's see how they play this out.
Is this a documentary now?
Here we see the Pyrus Omni moving through the plains of the Vale Fields, searching for salvation.
Oh, got a med kit.
That's not a gun you want to drop. No, I was while you guys were talking, I didn't want to distract you too much, but I was talking about basically trade-offs of the zones and how each of the named towns, so like Tomato Town, the prison, Moisty Mire, those types of things, have trade-offs. So like the prison, a lot of little cover because you have a lot of cubby holes to hide in, but no, that was a door you could open.
I do what I want.
Due west on the hill.
There's a lot of trade-offs, but so each one has pros and cons, and you gotta weigh those. There's three of them. Just run.
Really, they saw me.
So, where are you getting shot from? They're coming
Oh
at
shit,
you guys.
they're coming at us.
Good luck.
Rambo time.
Nades.
Those are mine. I'm down. Person here's low.
I don't know, Noah, if you saw that, but on my screen, you just completely fell through the world.
Well, that was a short one.
Are you gonna head out, Matt?
I'll do one more. I have something to do at 11, but
It's 1:30.
Yeah. You're late, Matt. So if anyone has any questions, I say this all the time, but if anyone has any questions, I am not an Epic employee. Please don't ask me things related to that or assume that I am. But if you have questions about level design or my opinions on things, or my Noah's and Matt's opinion on things, go ahead and ask them in the chat, and I'll keep an eye out for those. And if you asked one earlier and I didn't catch it, the chat here makes it a little bit, it's very transient, so I might have missed it, so just say it again.
Transient. Somebody's been reading their word of the day of toilet paper.
I've been using... Transient was like a college word that we had to use in all my classes. It was like, oh yes, the transient properties of these particles are very high, and I wish I was making up that actual voice, but yeah, no, that I had a professor that sounded like that. Have we hit... I think I've hit most of the major talking points that I wanted. Let me look at my notes. Boop, boop, boop. Let's bring up my notes here. I actually took notes for this one. Spawning, hotspots, yeah, player density, flow. I guess I can easily just like show what I was talking about now. So, so say Dusty Depot, that's a hotspot. Retail Row, that's a hotspot. We are stuck right there. We need to get, say, to Salty Springs. We're not going to go through Dusty Depot. We're not going to go through Retail Row. We are going to try and stay as far in between them as possible, because we know that both of these areas are... Yeah, why don't we actually go there? Because we know both these areas are just bad and deadly. So we're going to be repulsed by them, and we're going to be pushed away, and we're going to try and find the easiest path of least resistance. Players will always try and do that, especially in games like this. They will find what they feel to be the path of least resistance. Does that mean that they're going to try and avoid combat? No, just watch some YouTubers who play PUBG or Fortnite Battle Royale. You'll find that a lot of the time, like a lot of the really good ones, they won't try and avoid combat. They'll be like, yo, let's take this, and they will. I don't see anybody else, but a couple people are flying off to the east. So this is a nice little example of a micro gameplay spot. We have all these little nooks, all these little crannies, places to move, easily fall. And I guess that's kind of the trade-off, is if you have the height advantage, but you're at a disadvantage if you fall immediately. I think we're relatively safe.
And that's when they get you.
Yeah, I've fallen for that trap far too many times. Close doors.
It's actually an interesting thing about hiding in a building versus being the aggressor and being outside and stuff. Is the person who sneaks up and has the element of surprise has a significant advantage in a game where it doesn't take that many hits to kill you.
Yeah.
And it's when you hide in a building, you lose all sorts of contextual information about the environment around you. So it's really easy to get snuck up on when you're just hiding and not looking.
And that goes back to what I was talking about.
Is that somebody shooting at us?
Not at me.
I heard someone breaking, but no. I might have accidentally fired a shot. Because I was activating some jelly. And that was something that I was talking about off the mic while you guys were doing your thing, was visibility. And how in these games knowledge is power, and how you always want to make sure that when you're designing levels like this, players have the ability to get the knowledge they need. So you're really... It's hard to describe in like just a few words how to design these types of games, or these types of levels for this type of game. But if I had to, it would probably be design for player knowledge. You're not designing, it's on top of everything. The biggest and most important thing is the ability for players to understand where they are in the world. That's what they need to know. They need to know about their environment. So you are designing for that, and you absolutely 100% need to keep that in mind. The next thing down would then obviously be player density and keep dynamic flow in check, because you don't want everybody going to the right side of the building, like the right side of the right side of the map, and no one going to the left, because that's unbalanced. You want people who are you want to keep it balanced. You want a nice even distribution of players across the entire map. And
assault rifle in the truck.
you can't do
White.
that. I got a white one already. Was there ammo?
Yep.
Did you take the ammo?
Yes. I took the assault rifle too.
So you want to keep a uniform, not really uniform, but a genuinely smooth flowing density point here, or player density.
You need enough
spread.
player density that it's always interesting, because games where players spend the entire time effectively outside the circle running endlessly and not meeting anybody aren't as exciting of matches.
I saw, and I won't name it specifically because I don't remember which one it was, but there was a VR Battle Royale game that was announced recently that announced a map 1/4 the size of PUBG, which is roughly about what Fortnite's is, I think. And I like Fortnite's a bit more than PUBG's because it's smaller, and so the density is higher, and the engagement right in front of us.
Oh my god.
Speaking of, Blue 32 on the shot. They're jumping down behind the thing. Watch your back, Matt.
Big cliff, I see him.
I'm checking over here because they ran from this direction.
I have a partner somewhere.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if they were over here. I don't see him. Looks like they might have booked it.
They have a scoped rifle.
Oh,
It is yours. I have a sniper already.
I don't, but I will happily not carry that thing because I'll be talking a lot. Right, so you want to be able to maintain a proper
Southeast. We got one person coming from the southeast, 120.
maybe a friend.
South, right there, Noah, in the field next to you, in the gully, right? They're not seeing you, they're just running by. To the south, Noah. They're over the hill that you just came. There's another one running. Just let them go.
Yeah, but
Choosing.
we're gonna.
We have to run into them.
There's another one coming.
Oh, yep. They might have seen me.
No, I have a shield potion. We got one coming right here.
Knocked.
Watch out, his friends might come back.
I need any form of health that you can give me. That's what I want right there. Cover me for a second.
Jelly too.
Right, player density. That's what you want. You want to be able to maintain that player density so that players accidentally can run into each other. And I know I was saying earlier you want to design it. We got to run. You want to design these levels so that players are always moving, always running into each other, either intentionally or accidentally. I say accidentally,
Let's go this way.
but I guarantee you, stop, don't, nope, there we go. I say accidentally, but I guarantee you that it's a lot more intentional than you think, because you want to design these pathways that players are going to move on, and then they all move on, and then they kind of keep themselves together.
Why do we keep playing in the wall?
I don't know, but frankly, that was pretty good. I think that was a fine trade-off. I got 11 bandages left, so we're not moving that. We're not going that far.
But the next circle is way further.
But we have 2 minutes to get there. Oh crap! It's around
Let's
the
go
lake.
around the north side of Loot Lake.
Yep. Let's just keep running. We can heal up. Just keep an eye out. So since we're in a bit of a pinch here, we're gonna probably try and make the most direct way possible, which would be north of Loot Lake. So we'll be hugging the side here, and we'll be heading towards purple, where Noah's marker is, because we want to, as much as we want to avoid people,
Player
we want
construction in Fortnite is very interesting because it's a very good
to get there
indicator
quickly.
that a location has been visited and most likely looted.
Shots.
Due south.
I missed him.
Got him.
Thank you.
2 more on the hill to the left of her.
Oh, I see.
Building a fort.
I'm out of ammo on my assault.
Bush on the upper left. They're trying bush strats. Hit her once. She has a shield.
I've hit her a couple of times, but I'm out of ammo again. I'm rushing.
She knocked.
Ah, there's somebody behind us.
Oh, I guess Matt, run in with me, I guess.
Shit, he just played me. Sorry. Excuse my French.
Knocked. Ah, I almost got that. There's one guy up.
Here.
Yep. That was it for me on that one.
Rambo.
He's rezzing, so. Oh no, I didn't see that you died. I didn't see that you died.
Yeah, I died. We had 2 people behind us, and then we had 3 people in front of us, so we got caught in the middle of a scissor, which is actually something I think that's interesting, is because of how the map flows, is it does push people in triangles. It pushes people from the left and the right and the center all at the same time, so you end up with cases where you do get surrounded on both sides, and then it's whoever happens to not be in the middle is the one more likely to survive.
And that was one of those instances too where it's like we were pressured to move forward quickly, and like we needed to move forward, and we needed to get through that quickly because we were so far behind, and the level for that like kind of pushed us